gotta do. We gotta do what we do.
Good afternoon and roll Tribe ICC fans, as we're just moments away from the First American National Bank opening pitch between ICC and Gulf Coast, as this game or this tournament has been delayed for quite a while, as we last played on Wednesday, Thursday no, Friday no, Saturday no, and they came home Saturday, and now here we are on Monday getting set for this tournament. It has been an abbreviated version of the tournament, so we will try to update you on that. Now the winner of this game will advance to the championship game at 7 o'clock. The loser will play at 5 o'clock against Jones in an elimination game there as well. So we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening pitch here between ICC and Gulf Coast. This is a top 15 matchup. ICC number 10 in the country, Gulf Coast number 12. And now this is going to be Maddie Miney to lead us off here for ICC. Well, we only have one camera today for the setup, so we do apologize for those that are used to our multiple outputs, as this pitch is missing low and outside for a ball. That First American National Bank opening pitch coming your way at 2:18. That's a 2:18 First American National Bank opening pitch here from McGee, Mississippi. Remember to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo. That's First American National Bank. That pitch going to miss a low for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Maddie Miney. Miney, Stradisha, and Conley due up here for the Indians. We do appreciate everyone tuning in here on the ICC Sports Network, as that pitch across for a strike. 2-1 now goes the count here on Miney. And that pitch missing high for a ball. 3-1 goes the count. And then Miney is going to hit a blast out to the left side. It's going to be off the fence and out of the ballpark. Maddie Miney with a leadoff home run. Miney surprised. She got around second and did not even realize that one exited the ballpark, as that one hit the top of the fence and left the ballpark, and a leadoff home run for ICC. Well, it's going to be interesting today, see how well the ballpark holds fly balls today. As that one, honestly, I thought was going to be down to the gap. It hit the top of the fence and found its way out of the ballpark for a solo home run to start us off here. You see Miney's reaction as she rounded second. And so now it's 1-0 ICC. So a positive start there for the Indians. Now this is going to be Rachel Stranisha, the second baseman, at the plate. She zips that one across and is going to miss for a ball. Well, this is Kristen Cade in the circle here for Gulf Coast. Of course, we saw Gulf Coast towards the end of the season. ICC hosted the Bulldogs and were able to get a crucial sweep in that series. As that pitch hangs up high, or no, actually in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Well, we'll have to kind of keep an eye on the umpire throughout the day, as he is a little slow to deliver to call that strike. But 1-1 now is the count. Foul ball, 1-2. We'll go the count now here on Stranisha. Well, I do apologize if you hear a lot of noise in the background. We're in a softball complex here in the hospitality room, and some of the people hanging out here behind us is kind of loud when they talk. So we'll try to get around that the best we can. That pitch right across for a strike. Beautiful breaking pitch as it clips the corner of the plate for strike 3. That's going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Cade. With one out now, this is going to be Samantha Conley coming to the plate. So Conley will dig in with one out and nobody on. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead here early on. That pitch paints the corner for strike. 0-1 now is the count. Well, good job by Cade. She struggled to Miney. Miney ended up getting that home run ball, but since then has settled down pretty well. As that pitch across for a strike as well. Ooh, that one looked a little bit outside, but a favorable call there for Cade. Well, Cade's a tough pitcher already. If she gets those corners extended a little bit, it's going to be extremely tough there for ICC batters throughout the day. Swung on and missed. Couldn't catch up with the fastball there. So back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts now for Cade. And there's two away, and this is going to be Summer Kreider coming to the plate. So with two outs, Summer, the third baseman, will come. She's batting in that 4th spot. It was a solo home run by Maddie Miney that got us started in a positive note here. Macy Cox is on deck here for the Indians. Pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to Kreider. Well, we're here in McGee, Mississippi. As we said, this tournament was hosted by Jones. As this pitch popped up straight back, and the catcher's going to run out of real estate as it's off the netting and over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Is the ball going to roll back? I notice there's a giant hole in the net to let the balls through, so hopefully nobody will get hit if it comes straight back. And of course, it'd be a little bit of an irony unless the ball just rolls over that way. So if you see a ball just randomly drop throughout the afternoon, that's what it is. But yeah, this is pitch coming, missing for a ball. But yeah, this ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth, sponsored in part by Dr. Jan Reed Bunch, Jim Ingram, and Tilda Bushlawn, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs after that foul ball. Summer Kreider at the plate trying to extend this inning here. It was a solo home run by Maddie Miney to start the contest. So now Kreider will have to protect the dish here. Hard hit ground ball to the third baseman. Throw over is in time for the putout, 5-3. So the Indians get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. It was a solo home run by Maddie Miney. Makes it a 1-0 game here. We'll take a break and hear from Davis Ford and more as we head to the bottom half of the first.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So Stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online, davisfordsales.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back as we head now to the bottom of the first inning. ICC with a 1-0 lead after a solo home run by Maddie Miney started off the contest. Olivia Burns will be in the circle here for ICC. Olivia, last time she was out, it was against Southwest. She became the all-time single-season wins holder, surpassing Bailey Springfield, who is now at Southern Miss. She picked up her 21st win of the season. So for Gulf Coast, it'll be Bailey Massey, Shelby Archer, and Brianna Shores all due up. Bailey Massey playing in center field is going to start us off here. Burns, her first pitch to cross for a strike. Well, you can look at the front of the batter's box, and I know you see double lines. They did have to extend the batter's box, as this is more set up for a more of a baseball-like setting, I guess you can say. So the park a little bit smaller than you're used to. So fly balls this afternoon. That carry could get interesting. That pitch on the outside corner clips enough of it for a strike, and 0-2 now is the count here to Bailey Massey. Well, the winner of this game will advance to the championship game. They'll also go ahead and punch their ticket to the Region 23 tournament. If ICC were to win the championship, however, they could not host the tournament. It'll be hosted by the runner-up, but we got a long way to go until we get there. This is going to be a little flare out to the left side, and Joanna Vasquez, who was playing in, nearly made a diving catch in foul territory. Just that one popped in and out of her glove, so Massey catching a big-time break there, as now the count will stay 0-2. Well, I talked about this last time we saw Gulf Coast. Bailey Massey, she is from Bruce, Mississippi, which is right down the road where I'm from in Pittsboro, Mississippi. Small world, I guess you can say. So waiting the 0-2 offering. That pitch missing low and outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time by Burns. And now the count goes 1-2. Just see if you can get Massey to chase one. A good eye on the part of Massey to hold off on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs as Massey, the center fielder, leading us off here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead here. Pitch coming, and that one's going to miss low and outside. 2-2 now goes the count. Well, it's going to be interesting today because the infield is turf. The outfield is grass. So I don't know that ICC has played on turf this year. Don't know about Gulf Coast. So it's going to be interesting. You have to judge the hops, the slides into second when you try to steal bases. So we'll see if that becomes a factor throughout the day. Ground ball to the shortstop. Throw over is going to be in time. A bang play there as went to the non-glove side of the shortstop. Maddie Miney, she was able to find it, zip it across, and get it for the out. So 6-3 is how you can score that one for those of you that are scoring at home. Don't really know if anybody still scores at home or not, but if you do, cool. That's all I got to say about that, I guess. So with 1 out now, this is going to be Shelby Archer, the shortstop, coming to the plate. Looks at the changeup, is in there for a strike. Again, I say this every softball game. If you can get changeups across for strikes effectively, it really makes you dangerous as a pitcher. So that one goes across for a strike. There is 1 out in the inning. 0-1 is the count here to the shortstop, Archer. Archer swings and misses on that one. Quickly ahead in the count now is Burns at 0-2. Well, as always, a great crowd coming out for ICC this afternoon. We're in McGee, as we said. Simpson County. A friend of mine, Jeremy Kennedy, from this part of the world. As that pitch missing low for a ball, 1-2 now is the count. Of course, for those that are familiar with this area, or maybe not familiar with this area, the name Taylorsville, or the town Taylorsville, known for, back in my day at least, football power. Of course, McGee and Mendenhall and Bay Springs. We're out in that part of the world here. So the 1-2 pitch on its way. This one popped up right side of the field. Jessica Davis is going to go over and squeeze it for the out. So Davis will record the second out of the inning, and now this is going to bring up Brianna Shores, the third baseman. Brianna did have an assist in the top half of the inning, where Maddie Miney hit a solo home run to start the contest, and it was back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts from Cade, and then a ground out to the third baseman ended the inning. So we're in the bottom of the first. The first of 3 possible games for ICC, or 2 for sure, as that pitch missing high for a ball. ICC defeated Southwest. That was 9-1 in 8 innings. What feels like 3 weeks ago, to be honest with you guys. It was on Wednesday of last week. Swung on and missed for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Of course, Jones did everything they could to get that tournament in, so we just got to give kudos to Chris and the rest of the crew out there at at Jones for trying to get that in. Of course, the greatest SID of the world, Sean Wansley down there at Jones, as that changeup missing just low. And 2-1 now goes the count here on Shores. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 out. 1-0 is the situation here. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Burns trying to get a 3-up, 3-down inning here. Pitch coming, chases it, and now the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Shores going to have to protect the plate here, see if she can extend this inning. It was a ground out to the shortstop and a fly out to right field for the first 2 batters. Can Burns get her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day? We'll find out after this pitch. 2-2 pitch coming. This one foul back. It will reset and do it all over again. Nice job that time by Shores, finding a piece of that one, fouling it back, and keeping the at-bat alive here. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Wind is picking up. Looks like it's blowing basically foul pole to foul pole in this situation. Burns getting set to deliver the pitch here. This one jammed her a little bit out to the right fielder. Right fielder's going to go out and make the play. Jessica Davis with back-to-back putouts to get a 3-up, 3-down inning out of the Bulldogs. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 1 here in McGee. We'll take a timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6. Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set now to head to the top of the second inning. It'll be Macy Cox, Casey Carpenter, and Jessica Davis all due up here for the Indians. They lead it 1-0. As that pitch on the outside corner for a strike, it was Maddie Miney who bounced a home run off the top of the fence, in the top of the first inning to give the ICC this 1-0 lead. Well, Brother Chris checking in, as well as Steve Diffie. Steve Diffie kind of questioning the whole Sean Wansley being the greatest SID in the world. Since Steve is almost 7 foot tall, I'm going to have to say that Steve Diffie now is the best SID in the world because he's bigger than me. He's 7 foot, I'm 5 foot. That pitch paints the corner for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here on Macy Cox. Macy, the DP, here in the first game of the day. She'll be followed by Casey Carpenter and then Jessica Davis, the right fielder, all scheduled up here in the top of the second. Macy jammed, pops this one up. First baseman is going to drift over, and it's going to bounce off the fence Well, a good effort by the catcher that time for Gulf Coast, Kayla Cade, as she was able to go out there and kind of hustle down the first baseman. Don't know if she lost sight of it or what, but Cade went in there, but it did bounce off the fencing. And so now the count will stay 1-2. We talked about this in our home series with Gulf Coast. Your pitcher, Kristen Cade, twin sister Kayla Cade, behind the plate. This is going to be a shot, change up, drifting back, and it's going to be off the bottom of the fence. And that's going to go for a double. And that's what we said, folks, as the field is going to, it's shorter than everybody's accustomed to playing to. So the outfielders are going to have to adjust. And of course, it's still a little slick out there. As we'll go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay here. As that one kind of just bounced off the bottom of the fence and stuck a little bit. And then Massey had a little bit of trouble finding it, so that's going to be a leadoff double. The second extra base hit of the day for the Indians, second hit of the day as well for the Indians, as that belongs to Macy Cox. So now up is going to be Casey Carpenter for the Indians. Carpenter playing over at first base. Going to show bunt. And misses for a strike. So trying to play a little small ball as ICC to get the runner over to third base. Couldn't lay down the bunt there, so 0-1 now is the count here to Carpenter. Jessica Davis is on deck here for the Indians. Casey out of Grenada. Went to Grenada High School. Shows bunt and can't find it there either. So now 0-2 is the count here on Carpenter. You got to feel like the bunt's off in this situation. So with no outs in the inning, there is a runner at second base after a double by Macy Cox started off the inning. Casey's going to show bunt again, but pull back. Look at that pitch high for a ball. 1-2 now is the count here on Carpenter. So waiting this 1-2 offering here from Kristen Cade as she steps on the rubber. Casey fouls this one back. And it'll stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. There is a runner at second base. That is Macy Cox, who doubled off the bottom of the fence to start the inning. ICC has started both innings with extra base hits so far. So Carpenter going to have to protect the plate here. 1-2 pitch coming. Pops this one up. And this one's going to get back and out of play. And we'll stay at 1-2 once again. So a good job by Carpenter. Foul off a couple of pitches to keep the at-bat alive. Wind continuing to blow. Basically, once again, foul pole to foul pole is kind of what it looks like. Maybe a little bit in on the right side of the field. Few fans out there in the outfield taking advantage of the shade out there as that pitch goes high for a ball. So waiting this 1-2 offering here to Carpenter. Runner at second, that's Macy Cox, who started us off with a double. That pitch missing high for a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Or actually 3-2 now is the count here on Casey Carpenter. Pitch coming, and that's going to miss low for a ball. Runner goes to third. The tag is not there. Close. Say the throw was there. I'm assuming the tag must have missed her as she was sliding away from the bag. Gulf Coast coach going to come out and talk that one over. So that will go for a stolen base for Macy Cox. And now ICC will have runners at first and third with no outs, and Jessica Davis coming to the plate. So an opportunity here for ICC to push across another run. ICC gambling on that last play to see if they could have caught Gulf Coast napping. It was a good throw on the part of Kayla Cade. I think it's just the fact that the slide, she was sliding more towards the outfield side of the bag than she was on the infield side of the bag. And the tag, the slap tag kind of just missed, and Macy got in there safely. So runners on the corners here after that walk issued to Casey Carpenter. And now this will be Jessica Davis at the plate. Davis playing in right field. Looks at that pitch in there for a strike. So back against the ball here for the Bulldogs. They already trail it 1-0. Runner at third base, that is Macy Cox. Runner over at first is Casey Carpenter. We'll see if the Indians try to get aggressive with Carpenter and move her into scoring position. As this pitch popped up, it's going to be shallow left field. It's going to drop for a hit. Gulf Coast just could not quite find it that time, and that will be an RBI single. As that one just went out to no man's land, and that will be an RBI single there for Jessica Davis. And now it's 2-0 ICC here with no outs. Runners on first and second. And looks like Coach Kurtz wanting to come out and possibly put a runner on in second base in this situation, as he's going to come out and talk to Casey Carpenter. And so we will have a runner coming into this situation for the Indians. We'll see who they get set to send in this situation. And this will be number 1, Ellie Miney, coming in to run for the Indians. So Ellie Miney will take over at second base and replace Casey Carpenter. And so Miney is at second now in place of Carpenter. And now this will be Joanna Vasquez coming to the plate. JoJo playing in left field this afternoon. She's been starting there about the last 2 or 3 series for the Indians. She and Ellie Miney kind of rotate in and out of that left field position. Shows bunt, pitches high and outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Joanna Vasquez. JoJo at the plate. Can JoJo do JoJo things and come up big here for the Indians? Show bunt, misses for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Still no outs here in the inning. There's runners at first and second. Casey Carpenter walked. She was replaced on the bases by Ellie Miney, who's at second base right now. Good speed in Ellie over at second. JoJo shows bunt, pulls back, and takes it for a strike. 2-1 now. Goes the count here to Vasquez. Hope Harbin's on deck for the Indians. ICC would love to have a big inning here to see if they can get a little bit more breathing room. 2-0 is your score right now. JoJo lays the bunt down. It's going to be a tough play here, and then the ball's going to be bobbled. So now ICC will have bases loaded in this situation. And no outs, and this is going to be Hope Harbin coming to the dish. And now Gulf Coast wanting to look like we may have the pitching change, and yes, we will. We'll have a pitching change, so let's hear from Sonic and more as we'll take a break and introduce you to the new pitcher right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Man, these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right?
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, TJ.
No, man, I need help. Can we jump this thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes, half price during happy hour.
Bacon, Swiss cheese, juicy chicken on a King's Hawaiian bun.
Oh, what else is it saying?
It's saying you still owe me that $30.
Hang up!
Hurry into Sonic for the King's Hawaiian Chicken or Burger Club and try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawama County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Avery Sanders is your new pitcher here for Gulf Coast. And, boy, she's entering in a tough situation right now with no outs, bases full of Indians, and ICC leading it 2-0 here. First game of the day for the Indians. Will for sure play 2, could possibly play 3, depending on the outcome of this game, as that pitch missing inside for a ball. This is Hope Harbin at the plate here for ICC. Hope playing in center field. She can hit for power, is mainly known for her bunting and her speed. It's jammed, and this was going to be trouble. No, the center fielder is going to get to it. The throw is going to be home, and it's not going to be in time. Now they're going to go to third, and the throw is there. So it will be a double play there for Gulf Coast. Let's go back and look at that one in its entirety. It'll go for a sacrifice fly to start with out to center field. So it'll be an RBI for Hope Harbin. That scored Ellie Money. And then Jessica Davis, who was trying to advance on the play, that will go 8-2-5 on the putout of Davis. So now this will be Maddie Money at the plate. Money looks at that pitch, missing outside for a ball. She had a solo home run in her first at bat of the day. She bounced one off the top of the fence. That pitch missing as well. So that was a big-time Little Caesars double play there for the Bulldogs, as they were able to get the fly out on the sacrifice fly, being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. ICC BSU reminds you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's Brother Chris Burrows doing a great job there at the ICC BSU. That pitch missing high for a ball. 3-0 now is the count here to Maddie Miney. Runner at second. That's Joanna Vasquez. That ball gets away, so Vasquez will advance on the wild pitch. And that'll be a walk issued to Maddie Miney. Don't know if that might have been an unintentional or intentional walk that time. So now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Rachel Stranisha coming to the plate. Rachel struck out looking in her first at bat today, so she's looking to redeem herself here. ICC leads it 3-0. We're in the top of the second. Miney is a threat to steal over at first base. And she's just going to trot over to second and get the stolen base. As they were keeping an eye on Vasquez, who has really good speed over at third base. Didn't want to give her a free pass at a chance to score at home. So now Stranisha at the plate. Stands in, takes that one for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. There is 2 outs in the inning. Can ICC find some clutch 2-out hitting here in the top of the second to extend this lead? Smaller than normal ballpark, so I don't know if you would try to score the runner from second or not, depending on how the ball gets away. This one's going to jam her, fouled her back, and the catcher did a great job. Kayla Cade just could not quite find it in time to be able to make a diving effort after it. So Stranisha now will have a 1-2 count with 2 outs in the inning. Samantha Conley on deck. Gulf Coast fans would love to see her starting the top of the third. ICC fans like to see her get a shot at it in this inning as well. Runners on second and third. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs here. 3-0 ICC with the lead. And Stranisha calls time and will step out here. Pitch coming. Ground ball to the shortstop. Should be a routine play here. Throw over is in time for the putout. 6-3. But ICC once again gets 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. ICC leads it 3-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
And welcome back as Olivia Burns continues to take her warm-up tosses here as we move to the home half of the third inning. We're to be Camry Williams, the DP, Maya Hobson, the first baseman, and Mackenzie Nichols, the left fielder, all scheduled up here. We also did have a change at catcher when we had the change at pitcher, Hannah Hembry. She'll come into the plate here, or excuse me, she came into play in the previous inning. She'll also possibly have a chance at batting if someone were to reach her. She's in that 7 spot. It was a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the first after a ground ball to the shortstop and a pair of fly balls out to right field. Recorded outs by Jessica Davis. So now this is going to be Camry Williams, the DP, the always dangerous Camry Williams coming to the plate. So Burns will be in the circle here. That pitch going to miss low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Well, again, we're here at the McGee Sportsplex in McGee, Mississippi after about 4 days. 4 days after a layoff is that pitch missing outside for a ball. The tournament was hosted by Jones, and I'll say this, folks, Jones did everything they could. Mother Nature just was not having anything to do with the tournament last week. We were actually under flash flood warnings for a little while. If that tells you what type of weather we had. As a swing and a miss there on a rise ball. 2-1 now is the count. So we had to get these things in today because the region tournament, wherever it may be, starts on Wednesday. We do know it won't be in Fulton as ICC hosted it last year. Is that pitch missing outside for a ball? So basically, if ICC wins this game and whoever wins between Pearl River and Northeast, they will get to host the tournament because this bracket has been changed. Their double elimination is still in effect here. The 7 o'clock, or the game 11, I guess you could say, is that change up. A thing of beauty in there for a strike. 3-2 now goes the count. But if you make it to the championship game, or if you win this game, you're in the region tournament. If you win whoever wins between Northeast and Pearl River, they're in the region tournament. After that, you got a little bit of work to do. You got to win 2 more to get into that championship, or get into the region tournament. That's going to be a pop-up over the third base for out number 1. Good pitch that time by Burns, in on the hands of Williams to get the pop-up, and that was Summer Kreider recording the out. Of course, the loser of this game will go on to play Jones in a elimination game. And then I guess it'll be Colin and the loser of the Northeast Pearl River game that will play, and then the winners of those games will play for the number 4 seed in the region tournament. Once again, that'll be Wednesday, to be determined on that location. That pitch missing high for a ball, as this is Maya Hobson, the first baseman, at the plate here for the Bulldogs. This pitch fouled way back and out of play. Well, I do like the way the field's set up. They have a net that's covering the entire sitting area, I guess you can say. So fans are well protected. So it's one of those where main thing you all got to look for is just the ball kind of rolling off the net. That changeup is in there for a strike again. Burns has been working effectively with her changeup early in the game. 1-2 now goes the count here to Hobson. So 1-2 now is the count. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch coming. This one blasted, fly ball to left field. This one's hit well, and Joanna Vasquez robs the home run. JoJo climbs the ladder and doing JoJo things out there in left field, just out of your screen. as JoJo's glove was hanging over the fence out there when she made the catch, and unfortunately just out of the screen there for out number 2. Big time play there for Joanna Vasquez. Well, JoJo showing off a little bit of her hops out there. 2 outs now, and this is going to be Mackenzie Nichols at the plate. They're going to check the ball, make sure it wasn't scuffed up on that situation. They're going to get it back in here. We'll try to find a score update on the Northeast games. This pitch fouled back and out of play for strike 1. CJ Adams, yes, that was a ant that crawled across the screen. So 0-1 is the count here to Mackenzie Nichols, the left fielder. That pitch missing low for a ball. Remind you can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC on Twitter. We do have those updates for tennis today, as we got a couple of guys participating in the National Tennis Tournament out there in Tucson, Arizona. As this one blasted left side, JoJo's going to have to go back. This time not going to have to climb the fence to make the catch, but she does get back-to-back putouts there for another 3-up, 3-down inning. Of course, that inning highlighted by Joanna Vasquez robbing Gulf Coast of a home run. 3-0 is your score. We played 2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Your success at ICC starts with freshman orientation. Learn what the college has to offer, register for classes, meet your new ICC family, and discover all the ways to get involved across our 3 locations.
Hey guys, it's Madison, an orientation leader here at ICC. After you apply for enrollment, sign up for orientation because spots are filling up fast. Find out more at iccms.edu/orientation.
Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head down to the top of the 3rd inning. We do have a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update for you. It's 2-0 Northeast as they head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The winner of that game will get the winner of this game, so still a lot of softball to be played between these 2 games here. As it'll be Samantha Conley, Summer Kreider, and Macy Cox all due up here for the Indians in the top of the 3rd. Sanders still in the circle here. Nice pitch that clipped the outside part of the corner for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Samantha Conley. Sam struck out swinging in her first at-bat of the day, so you know she's looking to redeem herself here. Looks at that pitch, missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Not a bad spot to miss by Sanders. Keep going for that corner and can successfully clip it every time and be a tough pitcher to face today here. She goes for it there, and that one missing for a ball. The catcher, Embry, hold on to it for a while, trying to get that call, but didn't do so. Hey, speaking of Simpson County, as there's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Nice stop, throw across is in time for the putout. Nice play over there by the shortstop. Archer going to the backhand side of it to get the throw, and get the catch, and then the throw across was Bunny for out number 1. First time today that the leadoff batter has been retired for the Indians. But yeah, we're in Simpson County, and I would be afraid to go back to Fulton if I don't mention this. Julia Cannon, the wife of our football coach, Sean Cannon, she's from Mendenhall here in Simpson County. So yeah, if I didn't mention that, I would have to hide out if I went back home. So shout out to Julia and the rest of her family down here in Simpson County. As that is a swing and a miss there for Summer Kreider, and she's quickly behind the count now, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. So nobody on here for the Indians. Of Kreider going to have to protect the plate here. She grounded out to the third baseman last time up, and this time she's going to line out to her. So a nice play over there at third base by Shores, as she has had the number of the third baseman, Summer Kreider, here on that line out. And now quickly 2 away, and this is going to be Macy Cox. Macy doubled off the base of the fence in her first at bat, eventually came around to score after stealing a base, as that pitch missing high for a ball. We do want to remind everybody that ICC Baseball will be hosting the Region 23 tournament in Fulton. So that will be on Wednesday, ICC's first game playing at 7 o'clock that night. You can also visit letsgoicc.com to get the complete schedule and more information on that tournament. It's going to be a great tournament, folks. I think each team in the tournament is in the top 10 of the country. Thinking that's correct. Maybe 1 or 2 of them may not be, but yeah, there's going to be some really good baseball in Fulton this week. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count here to Macy Cox. Those games right now are scheduled to be on the Blue Channel. You can follow us on Twitter at letsgoicc on Twitter to keep up for more information on the baseball tournament. That pitch missing high, and Macy will draw the walk. Second time that Macy will be put on today, or get on base, I should say, this time by a walk, and this is going to be Maddie Miney coming to the plate. So Miney, who came in to run for Carpenter, who was limping in that last situation, Miney will come in to bat here. So there's 2 outs in the inning. Ellie is the twin sister of Maddie Miney. Now, they're not identical. You can tell them apart. As Ellie stands in, takes that first pitch for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Ellie Miney. Runner at first base, that's Macy Cox. You would say typically not a threat to steal, but she did steal a base the last time she was on base. Is that pitch in there for a strike as well, so Sanders just loading up and say, here it comes, let's see what you can do with it. And Ellie now behind the count, 0-2. Outfield playing her straight away. Third baseman and first base in just a little bit, regular depth for the middle of the infield. Miney looks at that one, missing low for a ball. And 1-2 now goes the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at first base, Macy Cox, who drew that 2-out walk. It was a pitch in there for a strike, as Miney thought that one was going to hit her, but instead was called strike 3, and that will end the inning on a Renaissance Bank strikeout. We'll take a break and hear from Renaissance Bank as we'll move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. ICC with a 3-0 lead here. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 is your score as we head down to the bottom of the 3rd. She threatened my life, I did this, but Natalie Davis now joining us in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. So if you hear me get punched here in a second, it's Natalie that's showing her love for me here. As we get set to head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here. Hannah Hembry, Sydney Brooks Sims, and Caitlin McGooey all due up for Gulf Coast. They trail it 3-0 after the Indians did put a runner on with 2 outs in the inning, and then a questionable strike 3 was called on that outside corner of the plate that Miney thought was going to hit her for a second. As that pitch, well, as soon as you call it questionable, then ICC gets the same call there, and so takes away the questionable call as that pitch looked to be on the inside, but it goes for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Hannah Hembry. That's really all you want at the end of the day is some consistency out of your umpires, and that's what we've had so far. As that one in there for a strike. Olivia Burns still in the circle here for ICC. She got some big-time help. Maya Hobson put a charge in one, nearly getting out of the ballpark, but it was Joanna Vasquez robbing a home run as that pitch missing outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss, but JoJo went up and caught the ball on the other side of the fence and pulled it back in to rob Hobson of a home run. As we said, unfortunately, we think that one was right out of your screen for those of you that are watching here on the Red Channel. We do appreciate everyone tuning in here. As this one popped up, right side, will it stay in fair play? Yes, it will, or excuse me, it will stay in play, I should say, as Macy Cox, who has came in to play first base for the injured Casey Carpenter, gets the out. So Cox now is the first baseman. Ellie Miney batted in place of Carpenter, so you got to think she is going to be the DP now. So now this will be Joanna Vasquez. First, you know, that is, got my lineups backwards here. That was actually Hembry who that was recorded out. As that pitch across for a strike, and now this is Sims at the plate. So with one out now in the inning, 0-1 is the count here to Sims. This is going to be ripped down the line. Jessica Davis going to have to hurry. Not going to get to it. It's going to drop inside about 2 or 3 inches inside the line that time. So that will go for the first hit of the day for the Bulldogs, as it belongs to Sims, as Davis just couldn't quite get to it in time. Thought she was going to have a chance to catch it on the fly, but the ball just died in front of her. And you can tell just how wet that outfield is as it hit and stuck. Looking like Don Hammock's sand wedge coming in on par 4. No back, nothing. It just sat there. And so with one out in the inning, this is going to be McGooey. So McGooey going to try to spark the bats here for the Bulldogs. They trail 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As McGooey, looking to do something big with that one, come up empty for strike 1. Sims over at first base after the single that dropped just in fair territory on the right side of the field. And this pitch coming, paints the outside corner, but just misses for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, good looking pitch that time. As the count now goes 1-1, but just couldn't quite get that outside corner enough. Could Burns. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Shows bunt. It's going to pop it up, and there's one. They will get 2. No, they will not. She got back just in time. Good job by Samantha Conley coming up and making the play, and had the wherewithal to zip that one over to first in a hurry. But Sims did a good job of diving back quickly to avoid the Little Caesars double play. So now with 2 outs in the inning, we go back to the top of the lineup now, and this should be Massey coming to the plate. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. ICC with a 3-0 lead. A runner over at first with 2 outs now with Massey at the plate. That pitch right down the middle for a strike to Massey. Massey was retired 6-3, or basically grounded out to the shortstop in her first at bat of the day. Finds herself in a 0-1 count. Left side of the infield coming in a little bit now. The second baseman up as well. First playing at regular depth. That's Macy Cox, who is over at first base. And that pitch in there for a strike. And then Burns quickly heading the count now, 0-2, just trying to find that 3rd out of the inning after giving up the first hit of the day. See if she can, I wouldn't call this a jam right now, but first time that Gulf Coast has had a runner on the bases through the 2 1/3 innings so far. That pitch outside, just see if you couldn't get her to chase one. Good eye on the part of Bailey Massey that time to hold off and make the count now go 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner over at first base for Gulf Coast. ICC leads it 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. So waiting the pitch here. Grounder to the shortstop. Miney zips it over in time for the putout, 6-3. Once again, Massey is retired by Miney, and that ends the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 4th inning, where to be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up. Jessica Davis, Joanna Vasquez, and Hope Hartman for the Indians. ICC leads it 3-0. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back as they sped us up in between innings that time as the first pitch on that inside corner to Jessica Davis in there for a strike. Davis showing bunt like she did in the first. Now swings on this one, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Nice job that time by Jessica Davis. That's going to be her 2nd hit of the day. So you can find her name in the score column, or I guess you can say the Agate Daily Journal tomorrow. That goes for her 2nd hit. It's the 3rd of 4 innings today that ICC has gotten the leadoff batter on, and now this is going to be Joanna Vasquez. JoJo had a single, advanced on a wild pitch, but was left stranded as she fouls this one back for strike 1. But it's not the bat of JoJo that has made the most noise right now. It was the fact that she stole or robbed a home run, I guess you can say. Not stole, but that's the same thing, but robbed a home run. She jumped and caught the ball on top of the fence and brought it back in to rob Maya Hobson of a home run back in the 2nd. JoJo looks at that pitch high. 1-1 now is the count. Davis over at first base. She's 2 for 2 on the day. She does have an RBI single, but she was retired on a Little Caesars double play after a sacrifice fly by Hope Hartman, who is on deck for the Indians. JoJo pops this one up, and oh, what a awesome effort, or almost an awesome play that time by Hembry. Man, if she could have made that catch, that could have been a little bit of a momentum shift there for the Bulldogs, but JoJo now will have new life with a 1-2 count. We're in the top of the 4th inning. ICC leads it 3-0. The winner of this game will advance to the championship game tonight. They'll take on the winner between Pearl River and Northeast. That game going on right now as well. That pitch inside for a ball. 2-2 is the count. Coach Sean Cannon checking in, asking if it's an all-turf infield. Yes, it is, Coach. So there's going to be a liner. It's going to be fouled. Sean, since you're watching, be sure and tell Julia I gave her a shout out. We're here in McGee, not too far from her hometown in Mendenhall. Of course, when you talk about Julia, you got to talk how great Milo's tea is. Their unsweet tea, that's my drink. And now JoJo's going to be hit by a pitch, and so she'll head down to first. So ICC will have runners at first and second with no outs, and Hope Hartman at the plate. Hope had an ICC BSU sacrifice fly in her previous at-bat that scored Ellie Miney, who was running in place of Casey Carpenter. After Carpenter, we talked about, looked like she came up kind of limping after going to second. But that did turn into a Little Caesars double play as Jessica Davis, who is on second base, was retired. That pitch high for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to Hope Harbin. Well, as we said with Hope, it's darned if you do, darned if you don't. If you play in on the infield, she's going to try to slap one by you. If you play back, then she's got enough speed to lay down a bunt and be able to beat the throw down to first. And that's what she's going to try here. Third baseman barehands it, throws over, and it's in time. So if you don't barehand it and make the play like she did there, so that is going to be a sacrifice bunt on the part of Hope Harbin, as that will be the first out of the inning. The runners do advance in that situation, but a heads-up play by the third baseman that time, Brianna Shore. She knows if she goes with the glove and tries to pick it up and throw her out, Hope is safe, so she went bare hand that time and was able to get the out. Runners did advance in that situation. And now this is Maddie Miney at the plate. Maddie had a solo home run to start the contest. She walked, stole a base, but was left stranded in the second. Trying to see if she can build on this 3-0 lead. There is one out in the inning. Runners on second and third, and you've got a lot of speed out there with Jessica Davis at third and Joanna Vasquez at second. That pitch, fastball outside corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. One out here. We're in the top of the fourth inning. ICC with a 3-0 lead here, basically in the semifinal game. The winner of this game will advance to take on the winner between Pearl River and Northeast in the state championship. Miney shows bunt. It's going to be a squeeze play, and it's going to be there. And then Miney's going to go in for a hit as well. Well, Gulf Coast did not know what to do in that situation. Squeeze play executed to perfection. As it scores the run, and ICC leads it now 4-0. And then Maddie Miney gets her second hit of the day as well. As Gulf Coast just a little confused on who was going to make the play on the ball that time, and nobody really picked it up as they were maybe expecting it to roll foul. It did not, and now ICC leads it 4-0. So now this will be Rachel Stranisha at the plate with runners on the corners and one out. Rachel 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out. So Rachel is due in this situation, as once again Maddie Miney will jog over to second with a stolen base. I believe that is going to be the 47th stolen base on this season for Maddie Miney. Bunt is shown, and now Gulf Coast, they're going to have one play. They're going to go home, and they're going to get her out. And then Rachel Stranisha, though, heads up, is just going to head on over to second after that. So it will be a fielder's choice on that situation, as ICC was trying to score Vasquez from third. She was retired 1-2 on that fielder's choice. So now Coach Kirk wanted to come down and talk to the home plate umpire in that situation, thinking that Vasquez might have got underneath it since the tag was high, but I've got to agree with the home plate umpire in that situation. Looked like it was a pretty good tag. If JoJo goes in head first maybe, instead of feet first, she might have been able to make it safely, but instead now there's 2 outs in the inning. And Stranisha wisely goes to second. And now this is going to be Samantha Conley at the plate. Conley 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to the shortstop. That first pitch missing outside for a ball. You got Maddie Miney over at third base. A pass ball or a wild pitch could score a run here, as that one finds the corner of the plate. Looks like a carbon copy of the last pitch, this time called a strike. 1-1 now. Goes the count here to Maddie Miney. So 1-1 is the count. 2 outs. Runners on second and third here for the Indians. ICC want to put another crooked letter on the board here. As that pitch, clips some part of the rubber that time. Or no, now the count 1-2. Yeah, so call a strike there. So Conley going to have to protect the plate and then some. So pitch coming, and that one missing low and outside for a ball. 2-2 now goes the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners on second and third here for the Indians. ICC trying to see if they can pick up some more insurance runs. And of course, when we talk about those insurance runs, we talk about your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Instead, there's a swinging strike 3, and after that strike that he called earlier in the at-bat, Sam had to protect the plate there, couldn't come up with the breaking pitch outside. But the Indians do get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom half of the 4th inning. ICC leads it 4-0. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Man, these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right?
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident, feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, TJ.
No, man, I need help. Can we jump this thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes, half price during happy hour.
Bacon, Swiss cheese, juicy chicken on a King's Hawaiian bun.
Oh, what else is it saying?
It's saying you still owe me that $30.
Hang up!
Hurry into Sonic for the King's Hawaiian Chicken or Burger Club and try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we now head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-0 ICC with the lead. Let's give you a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update on the game going on literally right behind us here, as Pearl River just hit a home run to tie it up 3-3 in the top of the third inning. The winner of that game will advance to play the winner between ICC and Gulf Coast. For Gulf Coast, it'll be the 2-3-4 batters due up: Shelby Archer, Brianna Shores, and Camry Williams. Archer flew out to right field in her first at bat. So Gulf Coast going to try to spark the bats here in the bottom of the fourth. There's Olivia Burns still in the circle here for ICC. Grounder. It's going to pop up, and the third baseman is going to bounce off of her and makes the play. Nice job by Summer Kreider. Let's look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay here, as that one just came up, and that's the reason why she wears that mask over there at third base, as she was able to pick that one up without any issue and toss it over for the out. 5-3 for those of you that are scoring at home. And now this will be Brianna Shores, who flew out to right field to end the first. The third baseman, she's had the number of Summer Kreider. She's retired her both times. And this one's going to be fouled off of Shores. So 2-1 is the count. Sorry about that. I was helping out with one of the questions on the previous inning on some of the stats. So 2-1 is the count. This one jammed her again. Second baseman is going to be Rachel Stradisha going back and getting the out for 2 away now. Good pitch by Burns in on the hands and jammed up Shores in a routine pop-up to the second baseman, Rachel Stradisha. So now with 2 outs, this is going to be Camry Williams. Williams popped up to the third baseman on a pitch once again on the hand. So Olivia doing a good job this afternoon, locating her pitches, especially when she needs those out. She's been able to come in on the hands. As this one back and foul back for strike one. So there's 2 outs, nobody on here. Change up, it is a beauty. In there for a strike. Yeah, it looks like Williams did not like that one too much. Got a little bit of the inside corner. That changeup has been money today for Olivia Burns. So 0-2 is the count. Olivia needs to find her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Let's see if she can do that here. Instead, this is going to be fouled down the line, and we'll stay at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on here for Gulf Coast in the bottom of the fourth inning. ICC with a 4-0 lead. So anytime the ball comes back in from the outfield, you'll see both these pitchers today kind of just trying to find a way to dry it off, as the outfield is pretty soaked out there, but it's still in pretty good condition. So that pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. The infield is all turf, outfield is grass. Small ballpark, as the ball has been flying out of the park today pretty much all the afternoon. So the 1-2 pitch coming. Change up, waited on it. Pokes it out there to right field, shallow right field, but there's Rachel Stranisha with back-to-back putouts to end the inning. So another 3-up, 3-down inning there for Olivia Burns and the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Due up in the inning will be, it'll be Summer Kreider, Macy Cox, and we think Ellie Miney due up here in the bottom part of the inning. We'll take a break, and let's hear about this 3-day weekend coming up next year at ICC.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as that pitch missing high and outside from Avery Sanders to Summer Kreider for ball 1. Once again, they're speeding up in between the innings, typically able to get in that minute break, but have not done so here. As that pitch across, or no, actually, I want to say miss for a ball. Wow, good looking pitch that time, called ball 2, so a break there for the Indians. Summer Kreider, Macy Cox, and Ellie Miney scheduled up here, as this is going to be a ground ball, foul ball. 2-1 now is the count here on Kreider. Kreider, she is 0 for 2 on the day. She grounded out to third and then lined out to third. So Brianna Shore has had her number all day today. Summer trying to redeem herself here, see if she can find her first of the afternoon. ICC with 6 hits on the day. Is that pitch missing. 3-1 now is the count. Kreider, grounder, third baseman finds it, throw overs in time, and once again 5-3 for the second time today that Kreider has been retired. So 1 out now, and this is going to bring up Macy Cox, and Ellie Miney will be on deck for the Indians. Macy is 1 for 1 on the day with a stolen base and a run scored. She also walked in her previous at bat. She had a double off the base of the fence. Takes that pitch across for a strike. Macy started the day as a DP, now is playing over at first base. Ellie Miney has stepped into that role as the DP. So with 1 out and nobody on here, that's only the second time today that ICC has been unable to get the leadoff runner on base. Each inning that they have got the leadoff batter on base, they have been able to cash in and score some runs. As that pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now goes the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs here is the count. Or excuse me, 1 out with Macy Cox at the plate. And that one missing outside. 2-1 now goes the count. Macy, there's a ground ball to the shortstop, comes up and makes a great play and throws over. Well, it's one of those you didn't know if the shortstop needed to come up and charge on the play, and when she did, it made it an awkward play, but was able to scoop it up and throw that one across for the second out of the inning. And now this is going to be Ellie Miney coming to the plate for ICC. So Miney will dig in with 2 outs and nobody on. If she were to find her way on, then Jessica Davis would be up next here for the Indians. That changeup is in there for a strike. Well, both Sanders and Burns are throwing their changeups well today, and that's what's been able to keep the batters on their heels here. But ICC been able to come up and get 3 of the 4 runs scored so far. That was off the starter, Kristen Cade. Monty looks at that one. It's high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. So we're in the bottom of the 4th, or excuse me. Yeah, bottom of the 4th. Top of the 5th. Yeah. Is that pitch in there for a strike? So yeah, that's what it is. It is top of the 5th. I don't know. What is today, Don? Yeah. Yeah. Is that pitch high and outside for a ball? That's Don Hammock. He's doing the play-by-play for Gulf Coast, the stellar SID down there at Gulf Coast. Now, he is no Sean Wansley, but who is? And viewers right now between Gulf Coast and ICC, they might be going cross-eyed because Don's talking to his crowd over his mic. I'm talking to my crowd over my mic. So maybe somebody's watching at the same time and is putting together our conversation as the count goes full here to Ellie Miney. Awaiting the 3-2 pitch here. Miney jammed her, grounder to the second baseman, and that will retire Miney and will end the inning. A 3-up, 3-down inning there for ICC in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. ICC leads it 4-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Your success at ICC starts with freshman orientation. Learn what the college has to offer, register for classes, meet your new ICC family, and discover all the ways to get involved across our 3 locations.
Hey guys, it's Madison, an orientation leader here at ICC. After you apply for enrollment, sign up for orientation because spots are filling up fast. Find out more at iccms.edu/orientation.
Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we now get set to move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Adam Gore, Lee Adams, Madison Haley on hand here. Raphael Henry, he's back watching in Fulton as he's getting ready for our Region 23 baseball tournament. It's Northeast leading 5-3 in the top of the 3rd over Pearl River. The winner of that game will take on the winner of this game for the MACJC championship after this tournament. It's been abbreviated, but it has to be finished today as we start the Region 23 tournament on Wednesday, and that's going to give teams enough time to travel and figure out where they're playing. Well, here's what we do know. ICC will not host the Region 23 tournament due to the league rules or region rules that say you can't host it back-to-back years. As that pitch in there for a strike, as this is Hobson. Hobson put a blast into one last time she was at the plate, but Joanna Vasquez jumped, reached over the fence, and pulled it back in to rob Hobson of a home run. That's been our play of the day so far. As that pitch missing high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Hobson, Nichols, and Hembry all due up here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 5th. So basically, if ICC was able to hold on, they advance to the championship game, then it would be whoever is the playing against ICC in the championship game will know they'll host the Region 23 tournament. Now, if Gulf Coast were to win and whoever wins the Northeast Pearl River game, then it would be the winner of the state championship that will host next week's region tournament. So a lot of questions in the air. That's that pitch in there for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. The only thing we know right now about the region tournament is that LSU Eunice is going to be in it. That's about it. The winner of this game will advance. The winner of the Northeast Pearl River game will advance. And then you got a few loser bracket games to figure out who will be that number 4 seed. Changeup and a diving play over there at second base by Rachel Sternisha. Let's go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. And for the second time today, Maya Hobson has just been robbed of a couple of hits, one of them being a home run, and then that one would have been down for a single. Instead, a nice diving effort over there at second base by Rachel Sternisha for out number 1. And now this is going to be Mackenzie Nichols, the left fielder, coming to the plate. So Burns has been getting some help defensively this afternoon. That pitch missing outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Mackenzie Nichols. She flew out to left field to end the second. We'll stand in and look at that one for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out with nobody on right now here for the Bulldogs. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC with a 4-0 lead. This pitch popped up, back and out of play. 1-2 now goes the count. One and 2 is the count with 1 out. I'm glad somebody brought that up because I heard that, okay, so somebody has the national weather warning as their walk-up song. You don't really need that after the weather we've had this last week. As there's going to be a ground ball, it's going to be a foul ball. The count will stay 1-2. So yeah, if you've heard that over the broadcast, yeah, it's not a flash flood or anything like that. And I tell you what, if a storm pops up anytime soon right now, my goodness, an absolute beautiful day for softball here in McGee, especially after the week we had last week. So 1-2 is the count. Pitch coming. This one lifted, pulled foul, and out of play, and will stay at 1-2. So the count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on here for the Bulldogs after Maya Hobson was robbed of a base hit on a nice diving play at second base by Rachel Sternisha. So Burns will step back on the rubber here. 1-2 offering coming. Change up, ground ball, and it's a hit on that, or excuse me, a hit on that one that time, and fouls it off. And so now the count will stay 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC with a 4-0 lead here over Gulf Coast. We'll give you a scoring update as that pitch falls off the table just a bit too soon. Well, it started in the top of the 1st inning. Maddie Miney hit a solo home run to start the contest. ICC led it 1-0. It was a 3-up, 3-down bottom part of the 1st for Gulf Coast. And then for ICC, they put 2 runs on the board after Macy Cox started off the 2nd inning with a double. And there's a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Getting that inside corner there for out number 2, getting Nichols looking on that one. The first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Burns. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com, member FDIC. Back to our Sonic scoring update. ICC scored 2 in the 2nd. Macy Cox started off the inning with a double off the fence. She stole third base, came around and scored on a single by Jessica Davis. And then it was Casey Carpenter who reached on a walk as that pitch missing high for a ball. She was replaced on the bases after looking like she came up kind of limping going to second after she advanced on a single. Then Ellie Miney came in and scored on a sacrifice fly by Hope Hartman, made it 3-0 in the top of the 2nd as this pitch on its way, the inside missing for a ball. It was another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Bulldogs in the 2nd. ICC went quietly in the 3rd after getting Macy Cox on after a 2-out walk, but she was left stranded there. The Bulldogs, they got their first hit of the day back in the 3rd inning, but couldn't do anything with her after a bunt that popped up to the catcher as that pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. And then a ground out to the shortstop into the threat. ICC was able to get another run in the top of the 4th inning. It started the inning with a single by Jessica Davis, and it was an RBI single by Maddie Miney that was intended to be a squeeze play as ground ball to the shortstop. Miney gets it, throw over as well in time that time. 6-3 on the putout for another 3-up, 3-down inning. And that will do it there. That also wraps up our Sonic scoring recap as we played 5 here in McGee, and ICC leads it 4-0. We're going to take a break, and let's hear from Sonic and more of our sponsors here on the ICC Sports Network.
Man, these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right?
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident, feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, TJ.
No, man, I need help. Can we jump this thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes, half price during happy hour.
Bacon, Swiss cheese, juicy chicken on a King's Hawaiian bun.
Oh, what else is it saying?
Oh, it's saying you still owe me that $30.
Hang up!
Hurry into Sonic for the King's Hawaiian Chicken or Burger Club and try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action. Sorry for the delay coming back as they were trying to retrieve some of the softballs off the netting here. And I guess you would call it a tool. It looked like a giant squeegee with an extended handle. Was actually right in the way of the camera, but they were able to get that. So for ICC, it's going to be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up. Jessica Davis, Joanna Vasquez, and Hope Harbin. ICC leads at 4-0 as we're in the top of the 6th inning. Davis shows bunt, pops up, and is taken care of in foul territory by the catcher, Hannah Hembry, for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what you like right now if you're Avery Sanders. And now this will bring up Joanna Vasquez. She is 1 for 1 on the day, advanced on a wild pitch, but was left stranded in scoring position. She was hit by a pitch, but erased on a fielder's choice after a failed squeeze attempt by the Indians, as that first pitch across for a strike here to Joanna Vasquez. So 0-1 is the count here to JoJo. Change up, and it's a beauty. In there for a strike as well. 0-2 now is the count. So JoJo's going to have to protect the plate here with 0-2 count and 1 out, nobody on here. Grounder, third baseman is going to make the play in fair territory, and it's made in time. Nice play that time. I do think the ball would have went foul, but she stayed with it and got the out. 5-3 for those of you scoring at home. So now this will be Hope Harbin, who is officially no at-bat today. She had a sacrifice fly and a sacrifice bunt in her 2 at-bats. Of course, those sacrifices being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. That reminds you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. Now, they're not meeting right now, as they'll meet back when school starts. Monday nights at 7:07 and Wednesdays at lunch, as that pitch is in there for a strike. Also, don't forget to check the ICC calendar. They'll have the ICC BSU Water Party, always one of the biggest highlights of the first part of the year. That's the ICC BSU. Brother Chris Burrows doing a great job there. As that pitch paints the outside corner for a strike, Hope Harbin nods her head and agrees with the call. 1-2 now is the count here to Hope. Hope batting in that 9 spot, playing in center field. If she were to find a way on, that'll be Maddie Miney due up next for the Indians. And then chases a pitch on the inside, and that's going to be the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Sanders. ICC goes quietly in the top of the 6th. 3 up, 3 down, as we'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. As ICC leads it 4-0. Olivia Burns still in the circle here for ICC. She'll be greeted by Cindy Brooks Sims, Caitlin McGooey, and then back to the top of the lineup in Bailey Massey here for Gulf Coast. Well, we've said it, and we'll probably say it again. The winner of this game will advance to the state championship game between the winner of Northeast and Pearl River. It was Northeast leading that one 5-3 last time we checked. That game will be scheduled for 7 o'clock. Now it's tied at 5-5. Things getting interesting over there between Northeast and Pearl River. Change up in there for a strike from Olivia Burns. Well, Sydney Brooks Sims has been the only person that's been able to figure out the riddle that is Olivia Burns today. She singled on a ball that just fell out to right field about 4 or 5 inches inside the line for the only hit of the day that Burns has given up. And this one almost a carbon copy of that last one. Macy Cox going over and making the play in foul territory. Nice job by Macy that time, hustling over. Also got to give kudos to the coach from Gulf Coast. She quickly got out of the way as well, as that one was right over in the area in which she was standing. So now with 1 out now, we will have McGooey coming to the plate. So McGooey, she popped up to the catcher for the 2nd out of the 3rd inning. So she'll try to see what she can do here. That pitch missing outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to McGooey. Well, for most softball players, you see them, they put their hair up in a braid or something like that. McGooey has it in a ponytail, but the rest of it she lets fly. So anytime you see her take a healthy swing at the bat, it just looks extra powerful with the way her ponytail kind of whips around. I dig it, to be honest with you. 1-1 now is the count with 1 out. McGooey couldn't catch up with that one. 1-2 now goes the count here to the right fielder. Bailey Massey on deck for the Bulldogs. ICC leads it 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Gulf Coast is the home team, so they will have the bottom of the 7th to bat. So they're running out of outs, though, as this is going to be a liner, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Nice job that time by McGooey, laying back, waiting on the pitch, and just put it out there to left field. 2nd hit of the day for the Bulldogs. And now this will be Bailey Massey coming to the plate. Or actually, Marche Hunt now coming to the plate. Batting in place of Massey. Marche coming in with a little bit more power in that position than Massey, so small ballpark, so could make it an interesting situation here. Runner on base with only 1 out. This has been the best situation that the Bulldogs have been in so far this afternoon. So Marche Hunt will come in for the first time, batting in place of Massey, who was 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to the shortstop. That pitch, a little off speed, it hangs up high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Hunt. So 1-0 is the count. Runner at first with 1 out. There's going to be a hit that's going to be over the head of the 3rd baseman. And it's going to be a quick relay back in by Joanna Vasquez. So back-to-back singles by the Bulldogs, and now here comes Gulf Coast. Not going quietly into the afternoon here, is now with runners on 1st and 2nd. And now this is going to be Shelby Archer coming to the plate. Archer's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly ball out to right field. She's also grounded out to 3rd. So now, business picking up here in the bottom of the 6th. Gulf Coast trying to rally late in this one, as Archer will come to the plate with 1 out. Runners on first and second here for the Bulldogs. They trail it 4-0. My oh my, now would be an ideal time for a Little Caesars double play if the Indians can turn one. As the Bulldogs with back-to-back singles after a pop-up in foul territory to the first baseman by Sims. So Olivia Barnes now will have to tighten the bolts here a little bit as she has cruised all the way up to this situation now here in the bottom of the 6th. This pitch popped up, back and out of play here on the top of us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. For more information on how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College, visit iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. So with 1 out, 0-1 is the count here to Archer. Runners on first and second. We're in the bottom of the 6th. This is going to be a liner, and it's going to go foul. Well, that was trouble, but just pulled it a little bit too much down the line. 0-2 now is the count. So an exciting foul ball as we'll come back with the 0-2 count here with Burns coming back to the rubber with runners on first and second. ICC with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Well, we were talking about maybe turning 2 here, but how about finding a Renaissance Bank strikeout? Either one would work for ICC. Pitch coming, swung on a miss for strike 3. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Olivia Burns, the second of the game for Olivia. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com, member FDIC. So now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Brianna Shore coming to the plate. She is 0 for 2 on the day with a fly ball out to right field to end the first, and then a pop-up to second for the second out of the 4th. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to Shores. If Shores were to reach, then it would be Camry Williams scheduled up next for the Bulldogs. ICC, however, looking to get out of this jam with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Bottom of the 6th. Gulf Coast trying to spark the bats here. This one popped up. Rachel Stranacia is going to go over and will squeeze it for the out. Nice job that time by Olivia Burns to get out of the jam with a Renaissance Bank strikeout, then followed with a pop-up on the infield to Rachel Stranacia. So the Bulldogs get no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We played 6. ICC leads at 4-0 to see if they can pick up some insurance runs in the top of the 7th. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as now we go back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 7th. Maddie Miney, Rachel Stranacia, and Samantha Conley all due up here for the Indians. ICC leading at 4-0. Would love to find some insurance runs here in the top of the 7th. That pitch from Avery Sanders missing outside for a ball. Well, Sanders came in with 1 out in the 2nd inning. As that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 now is the count here to Maddie Miney. Kristen Cade is on the hook right now for the decision. Olivia Burns trying to go the distance here for the Indians. So 4-0 is the count. Miney shows bunt, pulls back and takes that pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to the freshman shortstop Maddie Miney. She's 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of stolen bases. She has 2 RBIs and a run scored. And this pitch fouled back off the fencing, and now the count will even up at 2-2. She had a solo home run that bounced off the top of the fence back in the first inning. She walked, stole a base, and was left stranded in the second. She had an RBI single, stole a base, and was left stranded again in the fourth. So that pitch going to miss outside. 3-2 now is the count here to Miney. So 3-2 is the count here to Maddie Miney. And she swings and misses for strike 3. First time today that Miney has been retired and swinging at ball 4 that time. Great pitch on the part of Avery Sanders to get Miney to chase one out of the zone for out number 1. And now this will be Rachel Stranicia. Stranicia reached on a fielder's choice in her previous at-bat. She's grounded out to the shortstop and has struck out looking. So that pitch missing high for a ball. Samantha Conley on deck for the Indians. She would like to get there with Stranicia, who has good speed on the bases. Check swing. Got a piece of it. 1-1 now is the count with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. ICC with a 4-0 lead. We'll have an abbreviated version of the Renaissance Bank postgame report as we'll have to break down in a hurry. As that pitch in there for a strike to Stranicia with teams that are playing next. Allow their broadcast teams enough time to get set up here for that one. Of course, we got a long way to go. In the MACJC, this thing ain't over with until, well, it's over with. As that pitch missing outside. 2-2 now goes the count with 1 out to Rachel Stranicia. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. Ground ball, shortstop has it. It's going to have to hurry. The throw over is in time for the putout. 6-3. Second time today that Stranicia has grounded out to the shortstop. And now this will bring up Samantha Conley with 2 outs. Sam is 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and a ground out to the shortstop. So she's wanting to redeem herself here. Bulldogs, however, looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning. See if they can get the bats back to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. They had some success in the 6th as they had a pair of hits, but could not get anything going there in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch missing outside for a ball to Conley. That one following suit there. 2-0 now is the count. If Conley were to reach, it'd be Summer Kreider up next for the Indians. So 2 balls, no strikes. As Conley hits one, it's going to come off the glove of the third baseman, so that's going to go for a hit. Great effort over there by third base. Just could not quite find it that time. And so that will go for a 2-out single for Samantha Conley, and now Summer Kreider will come to the plate. Probably going to have a runner coming in this situation. Yes, we will, as this is number 6, Hannah Sparks, coming in to run. So Sparks in to run here for the Indians. Hannah Sparks. And now this will bring Summer Kreider to the plate. Summer is 0 for 3 on the day. And the third baseman, Brianna Shorts, has had her number all day today. A pair of ground outs to the third baseman, a line out to the third baseman. Summer does lead the team in home runs with 10 this season. See if she can find 11. Instead, pops this one straight back and out of play for strike 1. 0-1 now is the count here to Kreider. Macy Cox is on deck. She is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk, a double, a stolen base, and a run scored. So 0-1 now is the count here to Summer Kreider. Runner at first. Kreider looks at that pitch, ball gets away and not far enough. Good job that time on the part of, I believe that was Hembry, that was able to block that one up and actually keep it in front of her. She was set up on the extreme outside. The pitch was low inside. She found it with the glove, and when she tried to snap the glove up to maybe throw to first, it got away from her, but Sparks was unable to advance. That pitch missing inside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Summer Kreider, the third baseman. Looking for her first of the day, see if the Indians can spark a 2-out rally here in the top of the 7th. They lead it 4-0. There's a strike on the outside corner. The runner will head down to second, and that'll be a stolen base. And wow, Hannah Sparks comes on with her own train noise after she steals a base. It feels like we're at Jones now. We have the train rolling through. Sean, did you schedule that? The 315 to Yuma rolling through here in McGee. And this ball is going to be fouled off by Kreider. We'll stay at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. ICC with a 4-0 lead. Macy Cox hoping to get a shot at it here in the top of the 7th. Kreider at the plate. Awaiting the 2-2 offering here from Sanders. This one popped back and out of play. And we'll stay at 2-2. So awaiting the 2-2 offering here from Sanders. Sanders pitch coming. Waited on it. It's going to be ripped, but foul. Well, that one would have scored a run for sure, as that one was just foul down the line that time. And so Sparks will head back to second. That one about 4 or 5 inches foul. To be honest with you, though, if it would have stayed fair or been in an angle to stay fair, probably would have been caught by the third baseman, as she had a pretty good break on the ball that time. So instead, the count will stay 2-2 here to Summer Kreider. And Kreider is going to get hit by the pitch, and that one hurt. Summer will head down to first. And they're going to give her a second to walk that one off, as that one was in the upper part of the arm. And she's living by the rule that you're supposed to. If you get hit, don't rub it. But unfortunately for Summer, Coach Thompson's going to pat her on the arm right where she was hit. So we'll have a runner coming in here for Kreider. This is going to be Lily Moore in to run for the Indians. And so Moore will come in at first base, and this will be Macy Cox, who doubled off the fence in her first at bat back in the second. She walked and then grounded out to the shortstop. Indians would love to see her come up with her second double of the day. As Sanders' first pitch is across for a strike. Good pitch that time by Sanders. I've been impressed by Sanders today. She has not been afraid to go after these ICC batters. She's been solid at times, and for the most part has kept ICC's bats quiet. Only one of the 4 runs belong to her in the contest, as that pitch finds that outside corner for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Macy Cox. So Macy's going to have to protect the plate here. 0-2 pitch coming from Sanders. And missing for strike 3. Good pitch. The 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Avery Sanders. Can the Indians find 3 outs to punch their ticket to the state championship game? We'll find out. But before we do that, let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 is your score as ICC heads to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 outs away from punching their ticket to the state championship game and also qualifying for the Region 23 tournament this week. Location to be determined. They'll get the winner between Northeast and Pearl River. It was 6-5 Northeast. So that game's been a battle back and forth. They've had ties, lead changes all throughout the day. So the Indians and Bulldogs trying to keep an eye on that one as well, seeing who they could face. And apparently there's a lot of offense going over there. So this is going to be Williams at the plate here for the Bulldogs. Fouls this one back for strike one. 0-1 is the count here to Williams. Williams, Hobson, and Nichols due up here for the Bulldogs. And now if this is Gulf Coast, this is where you want to be in this situation with your 4, 5, 6 batters. The meat of the lineup due up here for the Bulldogs to see if they can spark a rally. They trail it 4-0 here. 0-1 is the count to Williams. And inside swinging for a strike, 0-2 is the count now. That Northeast Pearl River game, that's in the top of the 5th. So 0-2 is the count here to Williams. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Swinging miss for strike 3. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the 3rd of the day for Olivia Burns. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC. So with 1 out in the inning, this is going to bring up Maya Hobson. Hobson's just been tough luck today. She was robbed of a home run by Joanna Vasquez in the 2nd, and then a diving catch on the line out to Rachel Stranisha. And that pitch paints the corner for a strike. So Hobson, she's hit the ball well. Unfortunately, ICC has played well defensively every time she's hit the ball. So 0-1 is the count here to Hobson. That pitch in there for a strike as well, and Burns has done a good job on these first 2 batters of the bottom of the 7th to get ahead of them here. She did get a Renaissance Bank strikeout the 3rd of the game to start the 7th inning. I believe I heard Don say that was about pitch number 88 for Olivia Burns. As this pitch fouled off and will get out of play into the other field, and we'll stay at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here on Hobson, the first baseman. She's trying to battle here to see if she can spark the bats for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 7th. So waiting the 0-2 pitch. That one missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss by Burns. That time we saw Hobson almost start to chase it, but a good idea and a good eye on the part of Hobson to hold off. And now the count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the situation here for Hobson, as Burns looking for her 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. And she gets it. Big time strikeout there for Olivia Burns, and now ICC 1 out away from punching their ticket to the state championship game here, and also earning a spot in this week's Region 23 tournament. As we said, ICC cannot host a Region 23 tournament, so if the Indians do advance to that championship game, it will be whoever advances out of the Northeast Pearl River game that will host the Region 23 tournament starting on Wednesday. This pitch popped back and out of play for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count here to Nichols. 4-0 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Remind you, we'll go straight into we'll take a quick break and come back with an abbreviated version of the Renaissance Bank postgame report. That is, if this game ends here in the 7th. That pitch just missing inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, ICC with a 4-0 lead. Burns getting set to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Popped up right side. Jessica Davis will go over and squeeze it for the out, and ICC will win it. 4-0 your final score here. The Indians pick up the win, and they advance to the state championship game tonight at 7 o'clock, and they also advance to the Region 23 tournament on Wednesday. We'll take a break and come back with a quick Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins it 4-0 here in the first game of the day.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 is your final score here. ICC and Gulf Coast, a great sign of sportsmanship there on the field right now. ICC does advance to the state championship game tonight at 7 o'clock. They'll await the winner of Northeast and Pearl River. Real quick, your final line scores: ICC 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Gulf Coast, no runs, 3 hits, no errors as well. Our Sonic star of the game will be Olivia Burns. A outstanding performance by Olivia, only scattering 3 hits, throwing the shutout complete game there with 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. That's going to do it here for the game. We've got to get out of the way of the guys coming up next here, so we'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight for the championship game here from McGee. ICC wins the first game of the day, 4-0. Back at about 3 hours here on ICC Sports Network.